Welcome to part 2 of our video. Let's continue with our hike. So continuing along the path now to Roosevelt Beach.
This is Roosevelt Beach. It's a really nice, long, white sand beach with very easy access. There is no dedicated parking here, but if you want to intersect the coastal trail, you can park in the surrounding neighborhood, although the city does discourage it. From here, it's another half mile or so to our next landmark, which is Miramar Beach.
The section of the beach starts to front some houses, and you're now getting into the Miramar neighborhood of Half Moon Bay. This is Miramar Beach. As you can see, the beach and this road above it are starting to erode, and there isn't even really access to the beach. You can scramble down on either side of this bridge that we crossed over. We're going to continue down this road. The coastal trail actually has temporarily terminated here, but you can walk down Mirada Road here for about a quarter of a mile until we hit Magellan. About halfway down Mirada Road is the Ebbtide Cafe behind me here. And this is a local institution. This cafe has been around for a very, very long time. It's a really great place to stop and grab a drink and some baked goods. The cafe was closed about 3 years ago when the original owner passed away, and it was recently purchased and reopened by Harpo Marx, who is a local cafe restaurateur. He owns the Cafe Society, which is further inland in Half Moon Bay here. They've got a little cute patio seating area where you can sit and look at the ocean. They do only open Thursday through Sunday. As you can see, they're closed right now. So make sure that you stop in during their opening hours. When you reach the end of Mirada here, you're going to take a right turn and continue down Magellan. Off to the left here, you're going to pick up the last portion of the coastal trail. This part of Magellan starts to parallel Cabrillo Highway. It's not the nicest part of the route, but it's only looks like about a quarter of a mile down. Alternatively, you can also take beach access straight across. And you're just going to go straight at this point, take the steps down, and go all the way across Mirada Surf West. And at the northernmost section of this beach, there's going to be some stairs that will go back up to Magellan.
The northern section is known as Surfers Beach. When the conditions are right, there's a nice surf break that is popular with surfers. Mirada Surf Beach terminates at Pillar Point RV Park, and you'll continue around the park on the trail.
So about a quarter of a mile down the path, you'll come to the famous, or should I say infamous, Sam's Chowder House. And this is a restaurant that serves New England style food. I have to warn you that the prices here are outrageously high. Personally, I find the food kind of mediocre, but a lot of people like to come here to sit on the deck and have drinks. Once you pass Sam's, you can kind of see that there in the background, you're going to arrive at Pillar Point Harbor. Down there is where we entered Pillar Point Harbor, and you're going to walk along this stretch of road here until you get to the harbor proper. And you'll know you get there because you're going to see a Half Moon Bay kayak company and a bunch of retail stores.
This is a commercial harbor with commercial fishermen. You can buy seasonal fresh seafood directly off the boats. Call the fish phone first. I'll put the number in the description box below, which will give you an estimate of when they're back in port. Usually it's pretty early, like around 8 or 9 a.m., and they do sell out quickly. The harbor also has a ton of retail stores and restaurants.
This is Mavericks Beach where we're headed. From the harbor, we're going to walk down Capistrano here towards Princeton-By-The-Sea. It's a little unincorporated area, so not that easy to find on the maps. When you get to Mezzaluna Restaurant, you're going to make a left here onto Prospect, and you're going to keep walking down until you dead end down there. At the end of Prospect, you're going to make a right onto Broadway here. At the end of Broadway, you're going to take a right turn here onto Princeton, and you're going to keep walking all the way down to almost the end of Princeton when you're going to hit the beach. Careful walking through here as they don't have sidewalks. These are super cool houses. You're going to hit a trail road here, and up and to the left is Mavericks Beach. And to the right over here is the parking lot. We're actually going to go left and go towards Mavericks Beach. Once you get to Mavericks Beach, there's a little protected harbor area where it's pretty popular with families for swimming. And we're going to continue along to the point. Some guys doing some fishing down there. So it's an active surf area past this point. You can hike in, but it is at your own discretion.
Voila! Here we are at Mavericks Beach, site of the Titans of Mavericks surf competition, which happens during the winter season when waves are the highest. It's one of the deadliest competitions. 24 of the best world surfers compete by invite only.
We're now here at the end of our trail and the end of our video. Congrats to you if you made it down the whole entire 8 to 9 mile stretch in one day. That's quite an accomplishment. And I hope you'll agree that the journey was just as satisfying as the end destination. Till next time, peace out, Geeksters.